Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Talkin' Tennis, the only tennis podcast you need to be listening to get all your headlines, results, and well-informed, unfiltered opinions. Don't forget to subscribe on whatever podcast platform you listen to us to get notified every time we release an episode, and of course, help us with those algo gods. I'm your host. They call me Adam the Animal, and I'm joined by my two partners in crime. Firstly, the man who broke the AO record this year for most women's matches seen live in person, as well as consuming the most Deli sandwiches in a day. It's Chrissy P. How are you, Chris?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you for letting our audience know about the record that was broken yesterday. It was a fantastic day just to be consuming all the delicious food that the AO vendors were there and watching the quality tennis that the women stitched up yesterday. And I'm looking forward to getting right into it.
We will talk about both your adventures and Adrian's adventures at the tennis yesterday because we're very lucky we get to go to this great event. Speaking of, the man to my left, he broke his own AO record this year by sneaking in the most alcohol into the AO grounds, an unofficial and, of course, unspoken record. It's Adrian at Brunchmas. How are you, Adrian?
I'm well. And you also forgot to say about the most sandwiches brought into the AO as well. Which was...
You brought in the most sandwiches as well.
Yes, I needed something to put on top of the bottle of Canadian Club. So six sandwiches with gluten-free bread was the amount that I chose, and they served me well. All six throughout the day.
Do you need to bring in more sandwiches next year, or are you going to keep it at six?
I think six was a great amount. Yeah, I'm happy with six. Yes. But, it doesn't mean we can't up the alcohol content.
That's right. And tell us about the alcohol that you brought in yesterday.
So, we'll see if we can...
Tyler's not listening. It's okay.
Please. He's got his hands full.
We'll see if we can get a picture of said Coddy's lime cordial bottle. But that was the real MVP of the day. So I just emptied the bottle of Canadian Club into the Coddy's cordial and wrapped it in aluminium foil. If I was put up on it, I was going to claim it was at the bottom of the my lunch bag, and I was going to say it was just like a tandoori wrap or something because I wrapped it in foil and it was round and had my six.
So specific.
I'm like, they're not gonna dig in that deep, which they evidently did not. So now I know. Now I know exactly what to do for next year.
Can you walk us through the process of when you were entering and they were going through the checks? Because I was a bit ahead of you. I didn't have a bag. I didn't. I didn't have the stones to bring in any alcohol or try and sneak anything in. I went in dry for our listeners. But yeah, Adrian, can you walk us through sort of your perception of how it went?
Well, I was initially a bit apprehensive because you said that we got there so early when we had you had a bit of break at the cafe beforehand saying, look, we're a bit early. And, the bag checkers, they've got some extra time on their hands to go through your bag. Well, little did we know, by the time we were lining up, the line was already about a kilometre and a half long. No exaggeration.
Yeah.
Whipping around, like we actually went past the line initially, whipped around Fed Square, essentially. So anyway, we lined up and didn't have to be worried about it not being busy because there were already thousands of people waiting in line, and I just kind of half open open up my initial zipper, but then I had my lunch bag inside, which I just kind of half opened, just like, just saying is, yeah, definitely. No worries.
How stringent were they on checking the actual bags? It was just a cursory glance.
Unless Craig Tyler's listening, then they were very thorough, and I was very lucky to get it through.
And can you walk us
And
through...
I will not be doing it again next year.
Yeah. And can you walk us through...
it's a one and done.
The moment.
The moment or the feeling when you got through or you got the green light to go ahead. What was the feeling?
I can't remember.
What sort of happened?
Well, I can't remember my exact words. You might remember, but it definitely finished with a big woo and a Ric Flair strut through the millimeter I passed the gates.
I definitely remember the Ric Flair strut that we shared that moment together. By this stage, our listeners need to know it was probably 10 a.m. on the dot, and we already had some cocktails and 12% bourbon drinks.
That's right.
I certainly did. So Yeah, 10 a.m. in the morning. The blood alcohol content was already quite elevated. So we're in high spirits at this stage.
Yes. So it was a great
This wouldn't
day.
be an AO adventure without some early morning alcohol.
Some shenanigans.
Chris, where was the once you snuck in with your entertainment for the day? Which court were you headed off to? Obviously, you got there at 10 o'clock. Games don't start till 11, so you had an hour to kill beforehand.
We did, and previous Oz Opens, there'd be people that were handing out sunscreens, and we were trying to find these people because the sun was already beaming at this stage, and we wanted to collect as much sunscreen as we could, but they had sort of fixed stands of where the sunscreen was. So we lathered up, got our sunscreen on.
I want to interject here. Sorry to all our listeners, particularly those in Alaska and Ohio. Well, not only were there stations, but there were some sunscreen coaches with the big word coach at the back. Coach. So that provides some entertainment. Yep. The second we laid eyes on the coach, that was, hey, coach.
Yep.
I'm ready, coach.
Well, some cool running quotes and gags were being praised at that point. I want to kiss my leg.
Put me on, coach. I'm ready. It was quality sunscreen, Mecca Cosmetica.
I was going to say, it was Mecca were handing out the sunscreen, weren't they? Yeah.
But yeah, so we got our sunscreen on and we headed to court 1573, got ourselves a good position, some good seating, did a quick compass check to see which way the sun would be setting. So we were in prime position. See, we've already thought of the intricate details of just the finer things that we need to be looking out for.
That's what we do here at Talking Tennis.
That's what we do. I mean, we're quite experienced when it comes to these events. But we went to court 1573 to watch Giron take on Deli. And yeah, where they provided a good opening match for court 1573 was, I believe, 7-6, 7-5, 7-5, going to Deli, who had a hastily handshake with Giron because he shook his hand and needed to run off the court and take a shit. So he had a bit of the shits and took his dump, quickly came back out.
Must be an Italian thing.
Something in the Italian waters going on. What the hell is happening?
We'll keep an eye on
Sinner. We'll get to him later.
Yeah. So we were there and we were pouring our drinks in a very sneakily way. And yeah, it was a good opening match.
Toddy's cordial you were pouring in a sneakily way.
Absolutely. High on that sugar.
Mm. So a 3-hour match. You sat and watched that whole match. I'm just looking 2 hours and 55 minutes, 7-6, 7-5, 7-6. It was like a long, epic battle.
It was.
Did you get good seats? Did you get good seats straight up? Were there enough room?
Well, yeah, we arrived. We knew where we were going, so we got there pretty early. We got good seats on the sidelines.
Yeah.
Obviously sitting facing the umpire's chair because no one wants to be sitting behind the umpire's chair. That's just an obstructed view. Yeah. And Adrian showing his
thank you.
That's the view in the background, as you can see in the background. So that's wallpaper material. I'm loving the quality of that.
It's a great photo.
We'll post it on the Talking Tennis X page as well. Feel free to leave a
We'd love to hear your thoughts on what you were able to sneak into the AAO.
Yes. There's a good Reddit thread question.
Yeah, and please let us know your strategies or tactics if you do have any. We'd be keen to hear them.
I think we all need to share tactics and tricks when they're charging $15.50 for a can of CC and dry.
Yeah.
Yeah, and no one wants to be going up and down as well, potentially giving up their seat as well. So, yeah, but Giron at Deli provided a good opening game. Almost gone 3 hours, tight game. I had my money on.
They were hitting helpful leather straight off the bat, just bang.
Bang. It was just an absolute slugfest from the beginning. There no easy free points as well. There were some good lengthy rallies, and they looked sharp from the beginning. But the Deli were just that little bit too good when it mattered the most.
You could see the quality was just a little bit above the opponent there, and the points that mattered.
Yeah, but I will give a shout out though to Giron's legs. They were looking in spectacular form. They were a good contest to my legs as well. They were muscly. They were just well proportioned, just a pure thoroughbred as well. Like he's ready for the Melbourne Cup. I mean, his calf to thigh ratio was just, it it was great. It wasn't like a skinny or small calf and then big thighs. It was
a proper South American leg.
Yep. So shout out to his trainers. Shout out to him.
Well, this pod took an
Who was that
interesting turn. I thought we were
Chilean
going
that
to talk
played for
about women's
Arsenal?
matches.
Who was what was his name?
Sanchez, Alexis Sanchez.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Think him. Short, just
And legs.
Duran's legs had a bit more meat to them. It's
Okay,
impressive.
we'll have to check out his OnlyFans page to see some legs.
I think so.
Then you stuck around for the Fonseca game after that.
Yeah,
Just
we
have a look
did.
at the schedule.
Yep. We didn't watch the entire match. Yeah, truth be told, it's a hard thing to sit at the one court for, more than 4 or 5 hours as well. By that stage, already 4 o'clock, and we did want to roam around a bit, but we did stick around for the first set where Fonseca, I believe, did take the first set. And
no, he lost the first set, didn't he?
He lost the match, or
he lost the first set.
He lost the first set.
He lost the first set, won the second, and then got his pants pulled down in the last 2 sets. Obviously, been carrying an injury coming into the tournament as well, so it's fair to say he wasn't 100% fit going into this tournament. But he wants his $150,000 payday.
I think the preparation was what mattered the most. Not playing Adelaide, not playing Brisbane as well. In the press conference, what I saw is that he said, the back is fine, he's fit, but I think the preparation was just a bit of a factor for him as well. He did have a strong contingent as well. The Brazilian fans were out in force early. Strong South American presence early, from the start. He clearly had that in his favour, but just wasn't enough for him, I guess. And even the bookies, backed him in as well, even with a lack of preparation. They thought the low-ranked or lesser-known player in Spazzeri wouldn't be much of a challenge, but credit to the American, he got the job done.
They did indeed. And so obviously by this stage, you're both well lubricated. The Cotty's jar is empty.
The Cotty's was done by set 1 of that first match.
Yeah.
Well, it was a tiebreaker. So it was quite a long tiebreaker.
And to be fair, Chris made the best prediction of the whole day, which was when the sun would hit us. And he said, by the 9th service game, we're going to be in full sun. And it was on the money.
Yeah.
He had that
Chris we trust.
And where we're situated, we started off in the shade, and I wasn't getting some kind looks by Adrian and by our third member who just absolutely loved the sun. And I said, it's okay, boys. We're in it for the long haul. By the 9th game, we'll be in full sun. And it's like I had the crystal ball. We were sitting in full sun before you know it. So
what you want. So then after you left there, where'd you head off to?
Ooh, well, I think by this stage I needed some food. Adrian had already devoured his 5th sandwich, so I think he was quite settled.
Yes.
I was really keen on checking out Hector's Deli. So we went for a walk, and I got my sandwich. I got the fried chicken. Delicious. Small bun, but big schnitzel. That sauce, whatever they put on that sauce, outstanding. Reminds me a bit of the Big Mac sauce that we have here, but it was even better, and I was lapping it up. So while I was devouring that, we were watching the Sweeney and Monfils game, and Sweeney was taking it up to him on the big screen. And,
we did attempt the Grey Goose, the Grey Goose bar.
Well, don't even ask.
There was the bridge in between, and what I wanted to see, because between court 5 and 6 was where that bridge was. So on one side, you could have been watching my boy Mensik against Carino, which was a 5-set thriller. And then on court 5 was the Servbot GMP against Bayes, which was also a 5-set thriller. But there was a big line just to get onto the bridge.
Yeah, okay.
You couldn't just walk onto the bridge. Outrageous. So we abandoned that idea. But that would have been a good placement. Just turn your head, watch one good game, turn your head, watch the other one.
Were there just people parked there watching both games?
Yeah, so like once people leave, I think there's people on either end of the bridge, and they'd be like, yeah, you can let maybe 3 people on now. Just kind of like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the crowds have been insane the first 3 days. We went on Sunday, and it was there was over 100,000 there that day. It was absolutely jam-packed. And because there wasn't as many games on, it was like impossible to get on one of the outside courts. So yeah, it's you really got to commit to a court, and you go, what? You got to actually say, we're going to sit here for 20, 30 minutes, wait in line to try and get in, and maybe we'll get a seat, and maybe it's going to be in the sun. So feel your pain.
Yeah.
And then after that, this was a game I scouted early that I wanted to really watch, and that was on court 13. It was Sorana Cristia versus Iberlis. And
what piqued your interest in that match?
Well, it was going to get a good reception because Iberlis is quite popular, up and comer, who's come onto the scene in most recent years. And Cristia is quite a veteran. She's 35 years old, I believe, and she's been around the tour. And look, there's not a bit around the bush. They're both stunning. And Sorana was the woman I was going for, and I even had to get out the old Google Translator to know what does "come on" mean in Romanian, and how do I pronounce her first name. So it was Hector Sorana, and that was the only thing I was saying, and I was saying it nice and fast to make it seem like it was authentic. And
it did sound authentic. I can vouch for that.
So she did get...
Shout out to our Romanian listeners listening at home, obviously, as well. Hector Sorana.
Yes, and I believe that Sorana played doubles today with Kasalinka, and I do believe they lost, unfortunately. And that would have been another good match to watch as well, watching them two partner up and just tag team and give it a red-hot crack. But I don't think they got through. But yes, Sorana is still alive in the singles. That was a danger game for her because that was going to be a tough one, and it was evenly contested, and even the bookies couldn't decide which way it was going to go. But Sorana, she got the job done.
I was surprised that late in the day you weren't going to make your way out to, I don't know what court they were on, but Hercash and Bergs. Thought you would have been all over that. ANZ Arena.
It was spoken
3.5
about.
hours.
ANZ Arena was chockers.
Yeah, forget about it.
This is the thing. I mean, with those courts as well, if you wanted to watch, Hercash and Bergs, you can't exactly, for three people anyway, you can't go there and expect to get a seat as they're playing. You got to sort of plant yourself there quite early on if you want three seats next to each other as well. And that's sort of the, predicament that we were in. So, yeah, I mean, by myself getting the one seat, sure, that's probably not going to be as much of an issue. But I liked my chances and with the Cristia game.
I think you picked well.
It was a good change up, watching the men's all day and then going on to the women's.
It was good that the seats we had for the women's, it was in the shade. We'd be in the sun all day.
Yeah,
it was a welcome change.
Hey, Chris, what was your thoughts on the Shake Shack burger that you consumed late in the evening?
Yeah, the Shake. Well, we were on a bit of a mission trying to find this one, and I had to get yours.
Was that in the?
I found it.
Sorry,
left.
Adrian told me. I needed some help where it was, and it was located in the top court part.
A really terrible position.
Yeah,
terrible.
But I tell you what, when I went there this was at the end, so probably around 7:30, packed. It was a big line. Fair enough, maybe dinner time. But the burger in itself, well, small, overpriced, good though. It was good quality, but quite small, which you got to expect with these things. If I had to choose Hector's or Shake Shack, give me Hector's any day of the week. Better value for money.
It's bold call, Carton.
Big call. It's a big call. We went on Sunday to both Hector's and Shake Shack, and the line for Shake Shack, I can't remember what time we went, but the line was out of control. Waited probably a good 20 to 30 minutes in that line for Shake Shack. Waited way too long, but I thought the burger was really good. It was small, but I thought the bun was nice. I thought the actual burger meat was good as well. I thought the food was good everywhere. We were on Tuesday as well. We went to the fried chicken place that was on the other Grand Slam Oval, I think they call it, that other section that's sort of near Key Arena. Yeah. There was this chicken place there. I thought the fried chicken was good there. I thought Hector's was good. next to Hector's, there was a potato cake place that did potato cakes. And you think of potato cakes, they fancied it up with this nice sauce and cheese and stuff. It was absolutely delicious. So shout out to Craig Tiley and all the food. It's just the drinks that's fucking expensive.
Gee, sounds like you really had a good day out with the food. I mean, you left no stone unturned, and you wanted to.
Well, I got to say, I had a great day with the food too. I can't complain. My six
This is over.
Christmas chef.
6 sandwiches is nothing.
To be fair,
this was over 2 days, Sunday and Tuesday.
Yeah.
So
my sandwiches got noticed. If you remember, Chris, there were a couple that walked in front of us with their young daughter.
Oh, where?
The daughter.
What time is it?
When we were still watching Fonseca. Okay. It was the period between the Darderi and the Fonseca game. You and our third member went for a walk, and I was eating one of my sandwiches. It might have been sandwich number 3 at the time.
Yeah.
And the daughter looked over and looked at my sandwich, and she's like, turned to her dad. She's like, "Oh, we should have done that. We should have made our own sandwiches." And I'm like, I've probably, in my bag, I probably got about $150 worth of food in here from my 6 sandwiches. She goes, "Yeah, I don't doubt it." I go, "I'll sell one to you. $40.
On businessman.
I was already hustling on the thoughts.
If you spend the whole day there and you're drinking and food wise, it's absolutely out of control.
Yeah.
So I don't blame you.
While we were at Core 1573, I do recall there was a person in front of us eating a sandwich, and I can't remember if I told you or not, or if I'm pretty sure I said it out loud. I said they were eating a sandwich, and I'm like, their sandwich shits all over your sandwich. Look at all the goodness that's in that. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I think, yeah. That's because you didn't see my sandwich.
It just was a lot more filled. And
next year, I'll send you a picture of my prep, and you'll be happily, you'll be dreaming you out of wishing out one of my sandwiches.
Next year, we've already discussed this, but I'm bringing a bag. I'm making 12 sandwiches, and that way I'm just going to stash as much alcohol as I can, like maybe just underneath or in layers, and just big bag.
My plan is to not, apart from buying the ticket, is to not spend a cent at the ADO. That's my plan.
Wow.
My bold call.
It's a big bold call.
It is.
Just, I'll let Grillsy buy the soft drinks.
Yeah. And go and get them.
Yeah. And get them.
Yeah. Well, that's a fair enough. That's a good trade. I feel as if you're going to the lengths of, purchasing the alcohol and making them and bringing them, your job is done. It's if you want to partake, you got to go and get them.
Yeah.
And it's not like the ground pass ticket is cheap either. Like, what did you guys pay for Tuesday? Yeah,
$60.
I had a look for this coming Saturday. It is $89 for a ground pass. Yeah, that was my reaction as well.
And there aren't
as many our listeners age made a face.
Except for
you can watch the doubles and the juniors. Well, $89 for an all-day pass on Saturday.
You'd think it would probably get cheaper as the week goes on, wouldn't you think?
Weekend.
It's the first weekend day outside of the Sunday. That's why we went on the Sunday. We went as a last-minute thing. It was $65 to go on day one for Sunday. And I said, well, let's just go. It's day one. We'll see some matches on the outside, which we did, rather than waiting till Saturday when you're up to round 4 by then. Hopefully, I think. Round 3, round 4. So, well, yeah, absolute rip-off. Not to mention if you want to go to the big seats like I was at last night, that was taking another loan out on the mortgage for that. But anyway.
Yeah.
Well, they did jack up the prize money for the tournament, and by, I forgot what percentage. I want to say around anywhere between 10 to 20%. I think like 17%. It's an increase by. So where that money is coming from, you think it's passed down to the consumers in some way or form anyway, whether it's through food or ticket prices. They've got to make it up somewhere.
It's not hurting demand, that's for sure, because people are still coming out in droves, and I feel like the AO is becoming one of those things where it's almost less about the tennis. Almost like when, racing, in a way. Racing was big 10 or 12 years ago, but half the people couldn't name you a horse. Bet you now, you went and surveyed a lot of the young folk out at the Grand Slam Oval. Most of them wouldn't be able to tell you any name of any place.
Well,
it's become one of those social things.
the person that Chris and I go to the Open with knows absolutely nothing about tennis. He just goes for the laughs, and
It's not just
has probably
tennis, he
pumped
doesn't know
more
anything.
money into the Open. Has pumped more money into the Open than a good 90% of attendees who have been there from alcohol consumption. So, they're not complaining. Chris made a good point when we were in that gigantic line to actually get into the Open about it's probably drawing a lot more fans, like you said, that don't know so much about it, a bit like the Drive to Survive for the F1 type scenario where you've got fans that are just coming for the experience or whatever their reasons may be, but don't know a lot about the tennis, and it's just drawing them, getting them in the droves.
Yeah, it's not so much that tennis is getting popular or the Open is getting more popular. It's just the fact that people are just maybe want something to do, during the summer holidays or through the season where of our summer as well. So their appeal is to those that social wanting something to do, not necessarily about watching games or watching their favorite players. And
especially the people that are heavily invested in their social media accounts.
Well, yeah.
Attending for the clout, posting while at the Open.
Yeah. And when you get like these famous vendors, such as Shake Shack, or if you're looking at Mecca, or if you're looking at these different big labels and brands as well, that in itself is an attraction to. It's attracting to someone at the end of the day, whether you're a tennis fan or not. So that's just it's good marketing when it comes down to it from the AO, and this is why they can probably jack up the prize money anyway, because you're going to get more revenue, bottom line. Well, they should anyway.
Not losing people by jacking up their prices.
No.
Did you see the double-story Mecca Tower that they had out on the grounds? It was like tucked away in a corner. That thing was huge. Walked past it on Sunday. The line there was bigger than the line to get in some of the arenas, and it was just a whole bunch of women just trying to get in there. So this is the thing. It's all about these other things and less about the tennis. But that's part of the event, I guess.
That's it.
They're breaking records and they're finding a way. I think the US Open even reached out to Craig Tiley to get him over to take on sort of the head role in, being the tournament director over there. So I'm not sure if that will happen, but if it does happen, does that mean he does both? Does that mean he stays exclusively to the US Open? So it raises a lot of questions.
Because the players do often comment about how well run the AO experience is from a player perspective. You don't really hear a bad word spoken by the players. So, they're onto something.
I thought I'd read that it was Craig Tiley's last year this year, but I don't know where I got that from. I might do some research whilst we stay online in this pod, but I could have sworn I heard it on a podcast somewhere else that this was potentially his last one, but don't quote me on that. I can't see why you couldn't do both, though. They run at different times of the year.
Yeah.
Well, what else are you doing in the other 50 weeks of the year?
Well, is it, it's not like he rocks up a week before the tournament starts and gets everything in shape. I mean, he probably needs to be there for many months leading into the tournament to set things up. So I'm not sure if that means that he needs to be based in the US for, the entire calendar year, or is it, 6 months sort of thing. So time will tell.
Well, plenty of time between the AO and the US Open.
How many months? 4, 5? It's the last tournament. It's the last Grand Slam.
3 months.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think
3 to 4 months.
Ooh.
You've got a team under you as well. It's not just one person organising the tournament.
No, I know that, but when you're taking on something as big of a size as that, I feel like you need to be in the loop of pretty much everything. And I don't know. I don't think you could do both. That's my opinion.
I'll put some feelers out after the AO to Craig Tiley's people. He can speak to my people, and maybe we can get him on the pod in early February and ask him directly. So get your interview questions ready, Chris. I thought we would go back and just recap some of the early matches, more specifically some of the seeds who have dropped out, and whether you guys had any thoughts on any of the early results we have seen at the AO so far. We touched on his countrymen, but Flavio Caboli, the number 20 seed, crashed out on Sunday, I think it was, in straight sets to British qualifier after Caboli was reportedly struggling with watery diarrhea. Arguably one of the worst ways to exit a Grand Slam.
This one hits home hard.
Tell us why.
Yeah, this one
Someone who struggles.
Hits home hard for me. Who was struggling in the past with watery diarrhea. May have been gluten related, or maybe it's a lactose issue, but that's neither here nor there. We're not here talking about my bowel movements. In a way we are, because I said I relate with this one, but yeah, very unfortunate way to exit the slam, but you got to feel for the lad. What do you do? When it's your time, and he'll come back strong next year. Make sure he'll. I don't
know where the Italians were staying,
as many
but
people as he can, I'm sure.
I don't know where the Italians were staying, but something's wrong. Avoid that place.
Yes.
One of Chris's favourites, Felix Auger-Aliassime, at a 7 seed, was in a dogfight with Nuno Borges, but his body quit on him, retiring due to cramps while trailing 2-1. Meanwhile, Zverev also dropped the first set in one of these in his first round match before winning dropping the first set to a tiebreaker before winning in 4 to Canadian Gabriel Diallo. Just not sure if you saw any of those, but what do you make with Felix's exit?
Well, Felix, even he said himself, he hasn't really experienced anything like this early on in a tournament, let alone slam, which was quite bizarre to him. But I had my eye on this one because I liked Nuno Borges' chance to topple Felix. And yeah, I mean, it just sort of you could just see like in his body movement, it just sort of got worse, and it was slowed down, through the match, and eventually called it quits when Borges went 2-1. But credit where credit's due. I mean, Borges, he stayed in it. He did what he needed to do. It wasn't as if though I couldn't really see his movement being that hampered until he just sort of stopped completely towards the end. But FAA, I mean, he hasn't really performed too well down under. So, yeah, he needs to correct this. I mean, he's coming towards the back end of his career. What do you think, Age?
Yeah. As time goes on, I don't know if the feeling's mutual with you, but just, I don't know. I can't put my finger on why, but I'm just growing more of a dislike for FAA.
Oof.
And I can't I don't know what it is. Just, I've got nothing to back it up. I just have some reason.
Just the performance.
Dislike. Yeah. I don't.
He's one of the most likable people on tour. Like, no one can say a bad word about him. Like, he's an unbelievable character. But
not me, no.
Not enough for you, mate. He just sets your fucking gluten stomach. He makes it churn.
He's just, just messing with my chi. I don't know what it is, but I'm not having it for some reason.
Yeah, he's
probably got unfiltered opinions on this.
Give me a week to ponder why, and I'll give you some reasons.
I'm going to follow up on that next week. I'm curious to hear myself.
Yeah, and Zverev, I'm looking right now at live scores. He's taken the first set against Alexander Muller, but he's down a break in the second. Muller's trying to serve it out at 5-4, 30 all, and I actually need Muller to take a set. I got good odds for that, and because Zverev, he goes through ebbs and flows during matches, even in early rounds, he gives up sets. I mean, Muller was 11-1 to beat him, and I was like, we probably won't beat him, but I made a prediction on the pod last week that I know Kyle is listening.
We did.
I hope Kyle remembers, because I said Zverev will lose in 5 sets in the second round. So this could be the one. It has to be.
I think my prediction was third round. I think you went one better. I think you did the second round.
Yeah. Just needs that to get his prediction.
We don't talk about the ones.
I'll do it around the grounds of. No, of course not. I thought we'd doing it all around the grounds. Demonor drops the first set tonight.
Yeah,
we're recording
heard
this
that.
live on Wednesday night for the folk. It's Wednesday night in Australia for the folk in Idaho. Demonor losing in a tiebreaker in the first sets, which is not good. And Medvedev winning this afternoon, also dropping the first set in a tiebreaker. So,
Yeah.
a few scares for some of Chris's favourites.
But Medvedev played, the name is escaping me. He played Halis, who is actually taken a set off Djokovic before.
Mm.
So he actually played quite well. I watched that, and he was using Medvedev's playing style to his advantage. And Medvedev obviously stands very deep in the court, and off his serve, Medvedev has got such a long way to get back into neutral position of the court, but he was just playing him short, getting into the net, lobbing him, making him work. But Medvedev just took it into another gear following that first set, so proved his experience and talent.
Well, I think it's down to the change of coaching staff. There were a fair bit of commentary about Medvedev this, last year. He was down a set and down a break, I think it was, in that second set. He would have just given up and it would have been game over, but definitely a big change in mentality. His play style last year was just, how tall is he? 6 foot. What is he? He's 6'3" or 6.
Okay.
He's one of the biggest dudes on tour.
Yeah.
He's 198 centimeters, which
geez.
I don't know what that is in the old.
I want to say 6'5".
Old lingo, but it's big.
He's big. That one, yeah. And he's, at that height, he's just.
He'd be a ruckman
last year,
in AFL.
Pushing balls back. You don't need a bloke at that height to be having that play style. So he's playing a bit more aggressive, shall we say, actually hitting through this time, and he's, definitely improved his play style. But also, I think the big thing for him is the mental side, which you got to, I don't know, I'd say you got to put it down to the coaches.
I think all the credit.
Yeah, and that's something I noticed in the first set as well, that it was obviously very tight in that first set, but he wasn't losing his composure. He wasn't barking at his box. He was staying quite stoic, quite calm and just quite relaxed when things weren't going his way. And Thomas Johansson is in his box now, and it was quite calm, which is, quite a different sight that we're used to seeing with Medvedev, because it's usually quite animated and, getting the crowd involved. He was doing a little bit of that, getting the crowd involved on big points, but, who doesn't when they've played like an epic rally and, they put their, arms up to say, give us a cheer. So, that was really good to see, and a big difference in him.
Alexander Bublik winning this evening as well, Adrian, one of your favourites in straight sets.
Yes, he's just going
through to the next round.
He is performing superbly, loving his progress. I don't want to jinx, I'll touch wood anywhere I can.
No jinx.
He's,
no jinx.
There's no jinx here. It's, very, very pleased with how he's travelling, and he just needs to keep it up.
He's turned the corner for sure.
I think he'll, I'm looking like my prediction of, what did I say, semi?
Need to go back and check what you said exactly, but I think it was a semi-final.
Yeah.
Bublik's doubles partner, Andrei Shevchenko, losing this afternoon to one of Chris's favourites, Leonard Tien.
I didn't catch any of that game. I was watching another game, so I don't really have much to report on that one. But
too busy watching him at the San Siro with Deli.
No, I was actually watching Michael Zhang take on that French piece of shit.
Oh, disappointing. Disappointing. So on Sunday, I had the pleasure of watching Zhang beat Mr. Sebastian Korda, which was really good. I thought he would beat Mute, but I don't know what happened there, Chris. Please tell me.
Well, Mute just took a long time to get settled. The wind was picking up a bit, and it was quite a one-sided first set. Mute sort of made like a late charge in the back end of that first set, but he gave him 6 or 5 double faults in the first set, Mute, and he had 2 breaks of serve. Right. And Zhang was able just to run away with that first set, quite easily. But I switched it up and I turned it over to a different game, and I was just sort of keeping tabs on it, and something must have switched quickly because Mutai took the second 6-1, and then he took the third. And then before I knew it, I was refreshing the scores and it was disappeared. And then all of a sudden retirement. So, yeah, Zhang must have been feeling some fatigue, or he maybe even got injured during the game itself because, yeah, quite a vast turnaround very quickly because he was looking good in that first set and he didn't really show any signs of fatigue. But
well, Chris, you'll be happy with Muller. He did take the second set there.
Yes, and I checked my Sportsbet account and I've been paid out, so I've
that was quick. Gamble responsibly.
Yes, and Adam did tell
gamble
me
responsibly.
Adam did tell me to back Zhang to win the first set, but I took him head to head actually in the multi. And I know, I would have cleaned up even more because my bet got void. Lucky he did retire because the bet got his leg got voided, so I still won in title. But if I put him to win the first set, I would have cleaned up even more because I took Potapova to beat Raducanu, and Potapova was long odds, which everyone knows on the podcast that I do not rate Raducanu. But yeah, Potapova's a bit hit.
We watched it last year.
Yes, we did, and you could attest to my disdain to Raducanu.
Yeah. She won that day that we watched it.
She did. I look stupid, but yeah, that's I still aren't rate her ever since her defeat at the US Open. Since then, she's been useless.
Michael Zhang retired with a left thigh injury, so that was the reason. I don't know when. Obviously, he got hurt, but I dare say that contributed to his retirement. Mute played the Aussie School Kates, I think his name is, in the first round. Mute hurt himself. He was 3-love up in the third set after winning the first 2 sets. Calls for an injury timeout. I kid you not, Mute is serving. His feet aren't leaving the ground. So just picture that image. He's just throwing the ball up and just serving. He was doing these tricky, slicey serves, 140 kilometers an hour, but just putting a lot of spin on it. Barely could not move. He was hobbling around the court in between points. The young Aussie still couldn't beat him, even with Mute on evidently 1-4, which is why I thought Zhang was a big show to knock him off in round 2, but got injured himself, unfortunately.
Well, to Mute's credit, I mean, he was working him. Like, he was hitting drop shots from the outset and making Zhang run up and just, being having to be quite explosive on court. So maybe, well, you'd think that would have contributed to his thigh injury, but Mute is carrying thigh injury himself, which obviously affected his serve in the first set because he had 5 double faults and it looked terrible. But yeah, you just probably need to get the ball in after that just to secure the win.
It was very hot on Sunday when Zhang and Porter played. It was at least 30 degrees, even hotter out on court, and it was a slugfest. Like, Zhang is a workhorse. He was just chasing down everything and forcing Porter to play extra shots in the rally.
Did you see how Zhang, because he plays college tennis, like he's still doing his degree, like he won't be getting any of his, I'm not sure, I haven't looked into this fully, but his prize money is not really going to him. So do you boys know anything about this?
No, I saw a comment about that and people saying, why is that the case when you've got college football players who are signed multi-million deals and are able to do that, but the tennis players, for some reason or other, goes to the college or whatever. So, yeah, I don't know, but definitely intriguing.
Yeah. Adam, do you have anything on it?
Apparently, but if you're a college player, you can't claim prize money, but there are some ways around it. There was a player last year who I think from memory went deep in Wimbledon. His name escapes me, and by deep, he probably made the third round, but for somebody ranked outside 100, that's obviously a big deal, but found a way, I guess, to claim some of the prize money. I think you can claim prize money up to the amount that your expenses are for the trip, but no more than that. But he's about 180 in the world, saying, and technically he's an amateur, not a professional, which is why he technically can't get the prize money.
Does the college fund him getting there to the Open and accommodation? And if he can't take the prize money,
You would think so.
how do they support him?
Well, what Jim Courier was saying, he was talking about it while he was doing some commentary. He was saying, well, talking about this exact topic, but they were saying, well, why not just fly, first class or business class, get the best hotels because their expenses, they're not, that's not like your prize money. So you may as well spend, your prize money on that. And yeah, they were saying today for Zhang, after his first round win, he'll jump up 25 ranking spots. So he'll move closer to 150. But they were saying as well, like if he moves to top 100, it'd be very hard for him to continue studying while being a top 100 player. I mean, it'd be a hard choice. I mean, it's good choices to make, finish your degree or, go on the pro circuit as well. I think Ben Shelton as well, a couple of years ago, he had sort of the same predicament as well when he came onto the scene at college. And I'm not sure if he completed the college or not, but I think, he turned pro because, well, he's a top 10 player.
You think from their perspective, you turn pro and then you can always finish your degree later, can't you? I don't know.
I do. Yeah. Look, it's I don't know. It's so the ruling is under the NCAA eligibility rules. He's currently a student at Columbia University. Under those restrictions, college tennis players are generally limited to accepting $10,000 US in prize money per calendar year. Any amounts earned beyond this can typically only be used to cover actual and necessary expenses like travel, coaching, and equipment. So they're the rules apparently for being a student athlete under the NCAA rules. But yeah, I think the kid needs to turn pro.
So you can't even essentially make a living if you're a student.
It's ridiculous.
If you're earning $10,000 a year and everything else is only for expenses. So
yeah, I know they've relaxed the rules because obviously it's big in NBA where like they get a big following in that league, the NCAA tournament in March, and the players see nothing of that. I know they've relaxed the rules around endorsements, so now the players can actually go get their own endorsements. This isn't really an endorsement. This is like prize money, so it is a little bit different in that sense. But I do find the whole thing very odd and typical of America, where something just looks absolutely backward stupid.
Well, I'd love some of our
sorry to all the
US
American
listeners, particularly from Delaware or Connecticut, to chime in and drop a comment and give us a bit more of some insight as to why.
That's it. Help us.
Tell us why college kids can't earn any prize money.
Yep. Is it the same in NFL?
Leave a comment
basketball?
in the comment section.
I know their NFL coaches earn millions. They got all these resources, fancy stadiums, and their players in NFL or college, don't earn anything.
Well, that was the thing that I read, that the college football players were signing multi-million dollar deals. And I think I'm no expert, but based on the comment, it seemed like that they were able to keep that money. So why not the tennis players? So who knows?
Maybe something we'll champion the college players for. Some other results from today. I'm keen to hear Chris's thoughts. From today, Coco Gauff winning in straight sets 6-2, 6-2. Miriam Draver as well winning this evening 6-love, 6-4. Last night though, obviously I was at the tennis last night. Funny story, quick sidebar. I know Chris loves sidebar. So I had tickets to Margaret Court Arena. When you walk into that concourse and Rod Laver and Margaret Court, it's all like under one big roof.
Yeah.
Typical Animal fashion. I kind of just lost my bearings a little bit. And we had on the ticket, it said enter gate 18. So I see 18 and I'm lining up to 18. Guy checks our ticket, doesn't really look at it really closely, and we walk in. I'm walking in and going, geez, Margaret Court got really fucking big in the last few years. We just mosey on into Rod Laver Arena. And so I said to the lady, where's row P? And she looked at our ticket. She's like, you're in Rod Laver Arena. Like, okay, we have to get the hell out of here. So I did, had we not seen that lady, I could have just stayed in there. And so we walked in as it was starting. I know, this is not the first time. I've got a habit of it. And I walked in and they were doing the big entrance. And Naomi Osaka, speaking of grand entrances, I don't know if it was happening at the time. There was lots of lights going on. I don't know. I didn't even know what stadium I was in at that point. Chris, I know by this time I don't know if you were home at this point, but I know you've seen the video clips. What did you make of Naomi Osaka's grand entrance in Rod Laver Arena last night?
One word, disgusted.
Oof.
Just one word? Tell me more.
Well, I did get home and I was on the couch just doing some mindless scrolling on X and on Reddit, and that's where I discovered this. And I had to comment. I couldn't leave this unsaid. And first of all, I just think it's absolutely terrible for tennis. Like, this does not belong in tennis, these theatrics, and it's not needed. And following that, okay, you won a couple of Grand Slams. Your recent performances in the past 5 years doesn't warrant this kind of attention and this kind of spectacle that you're putting on. I thought it's so over the top, so ridiculous, and it's so theatrical and attention seeking. Coming from, not me personally coming from, but Japanese people are usually quite, humble and quite, private as well. And to do this I remember many years ago that Osaka said in a press conference that she wanted privacy from the media, and to come out and then do this after all these years, and it's just not tennis. I'm like, I didn't understand it. This has no place in tennis as far as I'm concerned. I could understand if you're Serena Williams or if Roger Federer, you come out in a nice coat, you come out in your trackies like you did at Wimbledon all those years ago, or Serena Williams, you wear a bit of bling, or just maybe a nice jacket. But that's an umbrella, like you're the fucking Undertaker, or you're at Shawn Michaels' fucking WrestleMania. Oh, what the fuck are you doing? You look like a fucking idiot.
We didn't even plan this. I was about to jump in and say it was like a wrestler doing a big entrance at WrestleMania, the big theatrics and over the top entrance. It's exactly what I was thinking.
Shawn Michaels did it at WrestleMania, where he dressed up in something similar and he came out in like all white, and it sort of looked like that. And it's over the top, and people were discussing like, oh, is this what Nike wanted? Because obviously that's Naomi's, though they sponsor Naomi. But I want to know what Craig Tyler's fucking reaction was like. Did he, give this the green light? Did he know?
Well, it's got people talking. I don't see why.
Craig wants clicks, mate.
That's right. From his perspective, I don't see any issue from it.
But the thing is,
a point that you raised about the Japanese thing. When did you make the switch from American to Japanese? Because she was playing under the American banner, wasn't she, initially? She wasn't always under the Japanese banner.
I wasn't even aware she made the switch. Here we go.
Audio listeners listening at home, I've put a picture. I've got a YouTube screen going of Shawn Michaels, WrestleMania 25 against The Undertaker, dressed all in white with a big Panama hat, getting lifted down in, I don't know, some sort of contraption. It is very Naomi Osaka-esque. It is a little bit over the top, Chris. I kind of agree with you. It's unnecessary, unneeded, and I don't know what she's trying to prove.
It's attention seeking. That's all it is. And look, for me, I'm a tennis purist. So when you're doing things that take away from what you're actually there to do, I don't know, maybe my rational, logical brain just think, what's the point of this? What are you trying to do? I get annoyed. I get frustrated. And it's just over the top. It's not like she's doing it more and more now. So it's become a bit of a common theme, but I didn't like seeing it. It just annoyed me. And But I'm on a Wikipedia page right now. So she was born born in Japan to a Haitian American father. So to Adrian's discussion that he just raised before.
Yeah, she never compared to the US.
Okay, there you go.
Grew up and trained in the US.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she's always played.
Grew up and trained in the US.
Yeah.
Held a dual
She renounced her citizenship from the US, but I don't ever recall her playing under the American flag.
It says that she always represented Japan in her pro career.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she gave up citizenship.
Yeah. But to Chris's point, it's not very Japanese-like, more US-like behavior.
Yeah, not that you have to conform to your
there's anything wrong with it.
Cultural norms. Like, you're not that you have to be that way. But I just didn't like the fact it's just not tennis in my eyes. It's like, what are you doing to our sport? I mean, you obviously are a polarizing figure. You know what you're doing. I just don't like it now. Well, we're going to start to see this more from players. Is this tennis going to start to turn into something else? Are you starting a trend? These things can get out of hand very quickly, and I didn't like it before this, so I got to preface that to the people listening. But this has just fucking tipped me over the edge after seeing this. Now I can't stand it. Now she's on my fucking blacklist. Like,
didn't mind Kyrgios walking in basketball jerseys and warming up in his Nike trainers, and then putting his top on, and then putting his tennis sneakers on. So you clearly didn't have an issue with that.
Well, I didn't mention it. And look, I think with the Kyrgios that and I know what you're trying to do here, but that wasn't his main issue to begin with. It wasn't, the big talking point. Him coming out what he was wearing, wasn't there were so many talking points with him, but that wasn't even probably in the top 5 with him. Not to mention, at Wimbledon final when he was a finalist, he wore his red cap at the ceremony. He copped a massive fine for that as well. But
is this the post ceremony?
Yeah, he copped a massive fine for that. But Kyrgios wearing his whole outfit is fucking stupid, with his, compression and then singlet over it. He also wanted to be a basketballer, and even enjoyed the 1 point slam, or him when he's celebrating like he's in the NBA. But as I said, that's not the main concern or talking point when it's Kyrgios and with what he's wearing. It's just his behavior in general.
Kyrgios is a closet NBA player. He deep down just wants to play basketball in the NBA.
Yeah, you could see that in his celebrations as well, or the
way he acts.
Celebrate like children.
Some of the other results last night as well. Unfortunately, I didn't get to see Osaka winning in 3. I had to leave Rod Laver and mosey my way over across the aisle to Motor Court Arena, where I watched, spoiler alert, my pick for the women's tournament this year. Bencic winning 6-love, 7-5 against the very popular Bolter from the UK. I then got the joy of watching Tsitsipas winning 4 sets against...
What was he like watching in the flesh?
Absolutely all over the place in the first set. You spoke earlier about Medvedev being very cool, calm and collected even after dropping the first set. Tsitsipas spent more time conversing and having conversations with his coach. It was actually to the point where Mochizuki was trying to serve and Tsitsipas is returning and he is just conversing with his coach, just head to the left, audibly and obviously talking to his coach. And Mochizuki, he stopped twice and just put his arms up like this, like, what are you doing? Like, I'm trying to serve. You're having a conversation with your coach. He was all over the place every time he made mistakes, particularly in that first set and partly in the second set as well. He was just looking to his box every single time, complaining to his coach about why he couldn't execute a backhand was what it looked like. So he got it together in the third and fourth sets, and then, he just lifted his game a little bit more, started to play with a little bit more power, but he was just a whinging crybaby for most of the set and a half. And I was barracking for the Japanese guy, I won't lie. Highlight for me early in the third set, very early in the third set. It was the first game. It was 0-all, advantage Mochizuku, and the poor ball girl vomited all over the court, which was beautiful. Went off the court, and we had a nice 6-minute break.
They're struggling, these ball kids. Collapsing.
Oh, yeah.
So shout out to the ball kids because, they do it tough. She spewed her guts out and they had to take a break. So, I feel sorry for these kids. Heat stroke, vomiting. It's tough out there.
They need to figure out a way where these ball kids can stay hydrated during the match. They seem to walk in with drink bottles but they put them somewhere, but they don't stop for a drink any point in their shift.
That's right. If they're out there for like an hour or hour and a half, I mean, when do you ever see them taking a water break? And for someone that's actually, served this country as well, that knows it's very difficult to stand at the one spot out in the blazing sun. And Adam's giving me stupid looks, but you actually do it. It's not easy. People collapse, people drop, and you see it. So if it's happening to adults, it's going to happen to kids. Had a girl on day 1 or day 2 collapse. So you're asking them to stand and then sprint. Stand, sprint. 10, 12, 13-year-olds. It's not easy, but they need to figure out a way because I'm actually feeling for these kids and they're doing it tough.
Is that the solution? Craig Tiley won't do this because he's a tight ass and this means less money out of his coffers, but we need ball men. Take a Seinfeld gag. Why not? Why not ball men? Why do we have ball kids? I know why we have ball kids because it's pre-slave labor and, we're going to make a buck, but why not ball men, Chris? Why not ball men?
Well, didn't the US Open try to do it? And Adrian and I have had a good laugh at this when they're transferring the balls from one side of the court to the other. Everything at the AO, it's done, pretty proper, clean rolls. The ball boys and girls are rolling it, no bounces.
Have a special technique with the arms, do a little flick and then get into the roll motion.
Yeah, doing all the hand gestures. But at the US
Open.
Not the US Open. Oh, transfer of balls. Oh, they just piff it.
Throw it over and throw.
They just fucking
throw it. Fucking vortex it over.
No system. It's a good laugh.
They need some training from the AO kids, is what I'm hearing.
Well, I don't see any of them collapsing at the US Open, so maybe we could learn a thing or two from them.
Maybe we can. I'm mindful that we are over the hour mark and Chris gets cranky when we tip over the hour mark. So, Chris, what are you looking forward to over the next couple of nights in terms of interesting fixtures? We will get to our predictions for the tournament, but is there anything that tickles your fancy Thursday night, Friday night? Are you looking forward to Kyrgios and Kokonakis doubles tomorrow night? That's what I want to know.
No, is the short answer. There's plenty of other matches I'd prefer to see. And for our Channel 9, for the people that are broadcasting to our local network, I hope that, we do know that they're probably going to show that over, some seeded male players. Anyway, so no, I will not be watching them. I'm probably interested for tomorrow night to see Marchak versus Tsitsipas. So give Marchak a chance to topple him. Also to see Wawrinka, see if he can make it to a third round. He's got every chance. He's playing a qualifier in the Frenchman of Gaia.
Yes.
Gaia, however you pronounce that. So I like his chances there. But it's just going to be interesting to see who can make it into the second week. And, will the seeds, live up to their ranking and, get to the second week? Or are we going to see some upsets? And I reckon we're going to see upsets because we usually do. Marin Cilic playing Shapovalov. Somehow Shapovalov is the 21st seed. How is Shapovalov the 21st seed? This bloke has done nothing for years. So it just, the strength of men's tennis these days, I know I've changed my views. It's very weak. Shapovalov, 21st seed. Munar versus Ruud tomorrow. Ruud, 12th seed. Munar's got a chance. But anyway, got a lot of interesting games.
Yeah. Right out to some of the veterans as well. You touched on Wawrinka and Sillage. I did want to shout them out. Good to see them still going on. And shout out to Gal Monfils losing to Aussie Dane Sweeney. It will be his last Aussie Open. So we will miss you, Gal Monfils. We hope you come back in some sort of legend type status in the years to come. But I always enjoyed his antics on court.
Put him in the Legends game for doubles instead of Ash Barty or Nick Kyrgios or whatever. Get him to play some doubles with some of the greats. That'd be entertaining.
I don't know. Yeah. Yes, I don't know if Adrian's had a chance to listen to our live space on X, but where we cover the Legends match. But yeah, Agassi was looking a little bit leggy.
Well, based on the Federer thing before the AO, yeah, Agassi still looked a bit. Oh, he was okay, but I didn't catch the recent one.
Yeah, he got subbed out.
Yeah.
Adrian, is there anything you're looking forward to in the next couple of nights?
Just
I'm not going to rattle off the fixtures. There's just too much.
The Czech boys, Machak and Mensik against the qualifier. The American.
We beat up
Spanish.
Rafael Jodar.
Jodar? Yeah.
Yep.
And yeah, Machak, a good chance against Tsitsipas, particularly after your little exposition there on his antics. Yep. So yeah, looking forward to that.
He's not all there mentally. I can tell you that right now. An unqualified psychologist, and I can tell you he wants to be on the plane somewhere else.
I saw a X or on Reddit that I'm not sure how legitimate it is, but his girlfriend was with another guy on a boat somewhere, and it got posted online. But I'm not sure. I didn't really read into it. But yeah,
he needs to move on with his life and get over this woman. And
it's not Pedosa. It's a new woman.
Build a bridge and move on. I don't care.
As he hit, yeah.
Just got to find women who aren't going to cheat on him.
I just need to play better tennis. Anyway, let's get this quiz underway, Adam. I'm ready.
Yeah,
I'm feeling good.
Do you not want to do your beginning of the year predictions for?
Just do the AO ones, I think. Just the AO ones.
Oh, we're just going to do the AO ones.
Yeah, and
I think we should just do the AO ones.
Yeah.
For future weeks. Okay, Adrian, I will start with you.
Well, mine are boring.
Australian Open predictions.
Yes, my predictions are boring. Top seed Sabalenka and second seed Yannick Sinner to take it out. Hardcore.
The Snorefest.
It's hard to go against Sinner. Sabalenka, I just think early on, while the women are still finding their feet, I think Sabalenka will just take care of business there. And spoiler alert, I don't have her picked for another Grand Slam for the rest of the year. So that's hers done based on my predictions. So I know it's a Snorefest early on for the AO, but should be some more interesting picks for the other slams.
We look forward to those in the future weeks. Yours might be boring, but Chris's are predictable. Chris, what do you like for the Australian Open?
Sinner for the men's. He'll win his third, and then discussions will be raised if he can go on and start to chase down Djokovic's feat in being the champion at the AO 10 times. So Sinner for the men's, and of course I'm going to go for Rybakina, who will pick up her maiden AO title. She's in a good place.
Hey, why is this one the one for Rybakina?
It's her time. I feel like it's her moment. She's in good form. Look, I'm completely biased, but we all know that she's got to win it eventually, I think. I just hope it's this year.
Spoiler alert for future weeks, Chris has Rybakina to win another Grand Slam later on the year. So stay tuned for that one.
No shock there.
And I am copying you guys on the men's side. I think Sinner is the one to beat. I can't see anybody outside of Sinner or Alcaraz winning this tournament, so I'm going with Sinner. I think on the day, particularly on the hard courts, I think he will win. And I'm going something completely left field on the women's side. I'm going with the girl I watched last night in Bencic. Chris is giving me faces, thinks I'm going crazy. She's the 10th seed of this tournament. She's a semi-finalist at Wimbledon last year. Last year was her
in
first.
United Cup.
I loved her in the United Cup. She was the MVP of the United Cup. Last year was her first full year back on tour after taking some time away to have a child. So I think she'll be better off in her second year back. Semi-finalist last year, as I said. She's been a quarter-finalist at the US Open before. She was undefeated at the United Cup. She was really impressive last night. And I just think in the women's game, you're just going to get spanner in the works. Madison Keys won it last year.
Yeah, IO for the women's has just been
Anyone can win it.
Random. You just don't know who you're going to get.
It is random, and I'm just going with somebody who's in form and playing well. She's been in Australia for a few weeks now. She was 5-0 at the United Cup. Yeah, I'm picking names out of a hat. And this will be a theme for my other Grand Slams as well, because I'm going a little bit left field there too. But that is my pick.
I'm looking at your predictions for, the other majors, and no one has picked Rybakina for any of them except me. I'm going to come off looking like
I think she's a bit overrated, to be honest.
How real.
Or a spud.
Oof.
Mate, did you see her when she won Wimbledon? It's like she didn't care. It's like she just won. Like,
think for her.
Just won the Mount Carmel Cup.
For the 15th consecutive time, like it was nothing.
Let us know in the comments section who you think will win the Australian Open on the men's and women's side, and why Belinda Bencic is not a crazy pick.
I tell you what.
If that is all, lads,
I got one thing I want to say, and if Rybakina wins the AO, I'm going to get a tattoo of the Kazakhstan, not the flag,
wow.
not the flag, but the perimeter of the country. I'm going to get that tattooed somewhere.
You're a geography buff all of a sudden.
I'm just going to get just the location of it. Yeah. I was going to get her.
Are you going to get that tattooed? Your back's already covered.
I got other parts of my body that need, some ink. So, yeah, you've heard it here first.
Get the GPS coordinates of the birthplace.
No, the GPS.
You don't want to get ER
45 degrees meridian
on your arm.
No, respect.
Right, well, now suddenly I kind of want Rybakina to win now. I might change my tip.
Yep. Well, look what I've done. I've made you go for even more.
Let's all root for Rybakina. All right. If that is all, lads, we will move to our final segment of the night, Battle of the Spuds. Doot, doot, doot. Hold on. Still no music. Chris is still working on it, unfortunately, so you're stuck with that.
Don't look at me, mate.
Today's theme of the Battle of the Spuds quiz. I'm sticking with the Australian Open. I also took your feedback on last week. Well, I say took your feedback on. I was getting a little bit sick and tired of your whinging and moaning, saying the quiz was too easy last week. So,
why? Because
Australian Open history, but
go on.
No, well, you said this is so easy. This question, blah blah blah.
Oh, the questions.
I have made these questions super.
Yeah.
These questions will be super duper hard. So this is Australian Open history hard version. There are 6 multiple choice questions. If either of you can get 2 of them right, I'll be mightily impressed. So that is your challenge. 6 multiple choice questions, and then of course the who am I to wrap it all up. Are we ready, lads?
I'm ready.
Let's do it.
Chris, are you ready? Let's do it. Get your chat boxes home. And of course, if you're listening to this, feel free just to leave the answers in the comment section. Just flood the comment section with random letters, A, B, C, or D. I'm all for that. I will tell you your scores at the end of the pod as well. So feel free to play along at home. Alrighty, chat boxes open. Are we ready? Question 1. The Australian Open wasn't always played in Melbourne. In 1905, the inaugural tournament, then called the Australasian Championship, was held on the grass courts of which venue? Was it A, the Kooyong Lawn Tennis Club in Melbourne? Was it B, the White City Tennis Club in Sydney? Was it C, the Warehouseman's Cricket Ground in Melbourne, or was it D, Memorial Drive, Adelaide?
Is that
both looked at A. The Kooyong Lawn Tennis Club is not the Mount Carmel Tennis Club. It is also not the Kooyong Lawn Tennis Club. The
Not
answer is
Kooyong.
C, the Warehouseman's Cricket Ground in Melbourne.
Sounds like
It was
the Who Gives a
held- it
Rat's
was
Ass
held-
Thursdays to me.
It was held at the Warehouseman's Cricket Ground, located on St Kilda Road
Oof,
in 1905. So
that's close.
Close.
To Kooyong.
kind of, yeah.
So-
if you just keep going down St Kilda Road,
My
take a left.
question is that formerly, or is that now known as Albert Park Tennis Club?
I have no idea what it's known now as, but
Because that tennis centre there on
that's
St
what it was
Kilda Road
now.
is pretty popular. I've actually played there. It's the only tennis club I can think of that's on St Kilda Road. Yeah, Albert Park.
Albert
I-
Reserve Tennis Centre. Albert Reserve Tennis Centre is what it is called now. The Albert Reserve Tennis World.
There you go.
Hannah Street, Melbourne. Not far from where I'm working these days, so I might go have a look down in my lunch break, take a few pictures, post them on X. Feel free to leave a comment.
Yeah, great question.
So you both learned something for today. Question 2. Due to a schedule change to move the tournament from December to January, in which calendar year was the Australian Open not held? Was it A, 1977? Was it B, 1986? Was it C, 1946? Or was it D, 1918? Due to a schedule change to move the tournament from December to January, in which calendar year was the Aussie Open not held? A, 1977, B, 1986, C, 1946, or D, 1918? Chris has locked in A, 1977. Adrian has locked in D, 1918, probably thinking something to do with the war. They're actually both incorrect. It was B, 1986. The tournament moved from a December slot in 1985 to a January slot in 1987. So because they moved the months, 1986 was skipped entirely.
Wow.
I
did not know that either when I was doing research for this. So
You threw in the C and D
Yes, Chris.
for, yeah, I know how your brain fucking works. Anyway,
because logic would tell you it had something to do with one of the two world wars. 0-0. So, yeah, good soccer score we got going here at the moment on this super hard Australian Open quiz. How are you going at home? Don't forget, leave your answers in the comments. I will tally your scores up of everybody who leaves a comment on this quiz. Question 3. Who is the only player in tennis history to win the Australian Open title on both grass and rebound ace surface? Is it A, Ivan Lendl? Is it B, Pat Cash? Is it C, Mats Wilander? Or D, Stefan Edberg? Who is the only player in tennis history to win the Aussie Open title on both the grass and rebound ace surface? A, Lendl, B, Cash, C, Wilander, D, Edberg. Your chat box is open and lock in an answer. Leave a comment as well.
Laver
B, C, or D.
Laver didn't make the rebound ace, I don't think.
Lever,
What was your first one?
Lendl.
Lendl, sorry. Oh, Lendl. Oh, there you go.
B, Lendl, B, Cash, C, Wilander, D, Edberg. Age, I am waiting on your answer still, I believe.
Yes, you
Follow
are.
the chat box correctly. Age has gone for Lendl or Laver, whichever one he prefers.
Rocket
and Chris has
Lendl.
been C or Wilander. The answer is C, Mats Wilander. Congratulations, Chris,
Yeah.
on the board with a point. Glad somebody finally got on the board on this super hard quiz.
I'm saving it for the right
The
one.
Swede won the title on the grass courts of Kooyong in 83 and 84, and then won the very first tournament held on the new hard courts at Flinders Park in 1988. I think we should move the tournament back to Flinders Park. What do you reckon?
I don't think Craig Tiley would like that.
I don't know if Chris will like the lines to get in.
There's the lines to get in there. Alrighty, question 4. Before the heat rule was formalised, temperatures notoriously soared. In the 2014 tournament, which player hallucinated that he saw Snoopy on court before fainting? Was it A, Frank Dancevich, B, Jeff Sock, C, Gail Monfils, or D, Ernest Golbus? In 2014, which player hallucinated that he saw Snoopy on court before fainting? A. Dancevich, B. Sock, C. Monfils, or D. Golbus? I believe Paige is locked in, and I believe Chris has locked in. You've both locked in Frank Dancevich. You are both correct. The Canadian collapsed during his match and later told reporters, I saw Snoopy and thought, wow, Snoopy, that's weird. Happened on Tuesday, January the 14th, when the temperatures peaked at 42.4 degrees Celsius, 108 degrees Fahrenheit for our fans in Idaho.
100 plus.
My logic for answering this one was that he was the least known player and the others were more well known. You should have thrown in another not known player to make it trickier.
Yep.
Thanks for quiz feedback. I get halfway through the quiz. You're getting Mission Impossible questions this week now after that comment. So throw no names in next time.
You threw in Golbus.
Threw in the fucking ball kids.
You're just trying to appeal to my heart by throwing in Golbus. I know.
Yeah.
Yes. Exactly right. Chris,
you forget
leads the quiz. 2-1.
Golbus is
I'm very
man
impressed
of
with
steel.
you. 2 right.
Golbus is the man of steel. He's not fainting for anybody.
No. Question 5. In 1976, Mark Edmondson became the last Aussie male to win the title. Now, if you were listening to last week's pod, you would know that. What was his world ranking at the time, which still stands as the record for the lowest ranked Grand Slam winner? Was it A, 54, B, 102, C, 212, or D, 99? What was Mark Edmondson's ranking in 1976 when he won the Australian Open? Is it A, 54 in the world, B, 102, C, 212, D, 99? You were both said 99, D. You are both incorrect. He was ranked 212 in the world when he won the Australian Open in 1976. In fact, Google tells me he was working as a cleaner at a hospital just weeks before the tournament to make ends meet. And he cleaned the shitters after he won the tournament as well, the Australian Open.
Craig Tyler threw him a fucking mop in a bucket as soon as he handed the trophy.
Different times was back
one
then.
hand's on the trophy, the other hand's on a mop and bucket. Get to work, son.
Now you got fucking Naomi Osaka walking out like she's a fucking wrestler at WrestleMania. Our times have changed. All right, Chris, you still lead 2-1. Last multiple choice question before Who Am I? Question 6. In which year of the Australian Open were the mixed doubles finalists mixed doubles finals, not played because of rain? So the two teams just shared the trophy.
Oh.
Was it A, 1965? Was it B, 1969? Was it C, 1975? Or was it D, 1989? In which year did it rain a lot and there was no mixed doubles finals? So they just shared the trophy. A, 1965, B, 1969, C, 1975, or D, 1989. Chris has locked in D, 1989. Adrian has locked in C, 1975. You are both incorrect. It was B, 1969. The final between Margaret Court and Marty Risson, and then against Fred Stoll and Anne Hayden-Jones, wasn't played. So they were declared co-champions. Oh. They couldn't find an indoor court to go fucking play the final in. Really?
We'll play the day after.
Yeah, just play on the fucking Wednesday after.
Yeah.
How deflating would that be?
Sounds like garbage salad to me.
Chris has no opinion on this. He's just like, we're an hour and a half in, guys. I've had enough of this. This is too much pod.
Let's get to the Who Am I?
The good news, Chris, is you still lead 2-1 as we head into the Who Am I. I've kept the theme the same. This is an Australian Open theme, but it is a lot harder. So you're going to have to really put your thinking caps on. Adrian, you need 1 point to tie, 2 points to win. Are you ready? Remember, your names are your buzzers. Feel free to buzz in at home as well in the comment section. Just put your name in the comment section.
Yeah. Someone's going to be driving, listening to this, and they're going to say their name in the car while you're just still talking. Car.
Why is he not listening to me?
Why hasn't he stopped?
This podcast is shit. Kyle. No.
Let's get on with it.
Well, free to jump in unless your name's Kyle, obviously. You'll give us a long spiel about Eagers Funtech again this week. Are we ready?
Yep.
Are we ready? Everybody at home driving cars and doing whatever else. For 5 points, I was born in Prague in 1968. Talented left-hander with a one-handed backhand. I reached a career-high ranking of world number 2. However, my career ended under a dark cloud. I was one of the first high-profile tennis players to receive a doping ban following a positive test at Wimbledon in 1998, which effectively forced me into retirement.
Chris.
For 4 points, before my biggest triumph.
I said my name.
4 points.
Ridiculous.
4 points. Chris, locked in. Gone. Greg Grzycki. No, he was not born in Prague in 1968. That is incorrect. Greg Grzycki.
I went for glory.
You did go for glory. You've effectively given Adrian a free ride. Now, Adrian, remember, you trail by 1 point. So you need 1 point to tie, 2 points for the win. Let's see if he's got that kahunas to lock in that 2 points. For 4 points, before my biggest triumph, I was known as a runner-up. I reached the French Open final in 1992, where I was dismantled by Jim Courier. I also won the Grand Slam Cup in 1993, proving I could compete with the very best on fast surfaces. For 3 points, I'm famous for one of the most iconic and athletic celebrations in tennis history. After winning a big match, I would perform a scissor kick jump at mid-court, switching my legs in mid-air.
Adrian. Is it Peter Corder?
Adrian. It is correct. That's a callback from a pod about 6 or 7 weeks ago where his name came up.
Yes,
That means, Adrian, you win today's Battle of the Spuds. Ding, 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 ding.
Woo!
Unlucky, Chris.
I never seen Peter Corder play.
Even anything to say for yourself, Chris?
Yeah, I never seen Peter Corder play, so I wouldn't.
Hit before your time.
Clue. Yeah, the fact that you said born in 1960, whatever. I'm like, I won't have a fucking clue. So I'm pretty good from 2000 onwards. This is always going to be a hard task.
Well, I was thinking it's AO history and Who Am I? I was thinking the AO is related to the Who Am I as well. I thought a Czech player,
Did mention that. This is AO related.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's, as soon as you said the celebration.
1998 Australian Open winner,
So
of course, defeating Marcelo Rios. He did in 1998, defeating Marcelo Rios in straight sets.
Yeah.
Denying him at the time the world number 1 ranking. We had this.
And he was banned later that year.
Correct. And then in Wimbledon later in the year was when he was banned following a positive test for, I don't have what he was actually banned for, but he was banned, effectively forcing him into retirement.
I should have known because a couple months ago I was looking at Sebastian Korda and there was some comments about how his father was, went through,
he's a cheat.
I didn't read that he was banned, but that there was a lot of controversy regarding his father, and now it all makes sense.
We're here to entertain and inform on this podcast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's interesting.
Sebastian Corner, I watched him play on Sunday. No good. Out first round.
Mm. Yep.
Didn't see Peter in the coach's box. Oh, well, Chris, better luck next week, mate. I'll try and pick a player born maybe around that same time frame, just to give Adrian a leg up.
You keep doing whatever you have to do, mate. Don't make any concessions for me.
This is the point of the podcast now where Chris he's just checked out. It's 9:30 p.m. here, Wednesday night. Chris is checking his multis. How much did he burn today? And it's just lost interest in the pod.
Got to do my homework for tomorrow. Got to do it sometime.
Chris, do you want to give us a score check of the matches going on this evening? Is there anything happening that myself or Adrian and the viewers listening at home need to be aware of? Demonor won the second set, which is good. That's the first thing that's
what's I see suspended. Zverev. What's happening there?
Potentially,
and same with
timeout. Or was it rain? Could be rain.
But same with court 7 suspended. Yeah, must be.
Multiple courts suspended. apparently raining outside, ladies and gentlemen. We've had a heat wave last week, so been some much welcome rain.
Yeah, there you go. Margaret Court Tiafo is still going along, so yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Yes.
As for your
Alrighty.
score predictions, yeah, Tiafo and Comensana are at 4-all on serve. Muller, Zverev's got the break in the third set. That wants it all. And Paulini's up 4-1. And that, now Nori is locked into a battle. He's got the break in the fifth set, leading Nava, the American, at 4-3. Ooh, what a time to get rained. 4-3 with the break. Ooh, interesting.
Well, yeah, thank you for that run up, Chris. Do you have any parting words for our viewers still listening?
They know what to do. Follow us on X. I'll leave out the profanity this week, but you know what to do.
Oh, it's a shame. Thought it was going to be a new sign-off signature. Yes, of course. Follow us on X. Follow us on Reddit. Subscribe to the podcast. Leave a comment. I will tally everyone's quiz responses as well, I promise. Adrian, parting words for all your fans in the US of A?
Yeah, to all my fans in Iowa and Nebraska, just proud to get it done for you guys.
Good.
And I'll send some prizes down your way to the listeners down there. So stay in tune.
Your mailboxes, everybody. Thank you to everybody for listening to today's pod. If you've made it this far, what the hell is wrong with you? But we're thankful. Don't forget to comment, subscribe, all the good stuff. Thank you very much. Good evening and good night.